Hello everybody, this is the Flame of Insanity here, and today we're going to be making a commentary on Homestuck and coheed trash. I only know one of those things, and I'll give you a hint. It starts with Homestuck. Crap. I have no idea what a coheed is. Though you tell that I don't go outside. With my bad attempt at humor, let's go ahead and get right into the intro, shall
Oh, what's this? Commentary? On Sav Draws, no less? Yes, it's exactly that.
Buddy, I know that you can edit, so yeah. Might suggest a better microphone, maybe Blue Snowball or something of that nature. Because if that doesn't help you, then maybe you just need to speak up a bit, because you're barely audible.
I kind of wanted to say that I don't know where my channel's going. I really want to post videos that you guys will like. But the thing is that I feel like my Mary Sue videos are getting repetitive. And I've been pointed out like that several times.
I feel self-reflection is a very good thing to indulge in from time to time, and I admire you for doing so when it comes to your content and your channel. But in all honesty, your Mary Sue videos are not only an unoriginal idea you pretty much took from Lulu, the one who made them a more popular thing in the first place, though I doubt she was the very first one to do them in general, and overdid it to death and beyond. But they've also been repetitive since the MLP one back in August of last year. In my opinion, your Mary Sue series is the same video, over and over, getting even more bland with each consecutive video. There are many other kinds of Mary Sues and Gary Sues out there other than the drowned in neon, mismatched colors, gothic styled ones. There are OP Sues, pity Sues, there are even couple Sues and other shit like that out there. You said you're going to continue the series, so at least make different kinds or give variety. Or maybe...
Buddy, you do realize that humor is subjective, right? I mean, I hate to bring up this card, but humor is subjective. What you might think is bland, other people might think is entertaining. And also, she made a Bendy and the Ink Machine how to make Mary Sue and fix Mary Sue video on the exact same date that you posted this commentary.
You did on Kenzo. It was a shit show, in all honesty. It was probably one of, if not the worst of all of your reviews that you did on your own, at least. Barely even a minute in, and I can already see the problem of bringing up Pastel, who has fucking rainbow hair on her Sonic Sona, and fan characters that you would call edgy if anyone else did them. Hypocrisy much. I can go into how Sav is a hypocrite even more when it comes to being friends with Pastel, but that might be for a different video all on its own. Back to the Kenzo video. You question the color palette of a furry, making the dumb remark of,
I can understand like the tail and the face, kind of, but everything else, like huskies don't have neon green. Neon green has nothing to do with huskies.
No shit, huskies don't have naturally neon green fur. They also can't walk, talk, live up to 20 years, but it's a fucking furry, for fuck's sake. Its existence in the real world is impossible, but it doesn't take place in the real world. It's fiction. You may as well criticize every furry for such nitpicky bullshit. Seriously, you nitpick over the smallest things just so you can try and seem funny, which makes the intended joke fall even more flat than it was destined to in the first place. You nitpicked over the grammar when you could have easily just checked what country the artist is from before recording. You nitpicked over how he isn't wearing clothes in the reference when a simple Google search of furry OC rep sheet shows that it is common for furry artists to draw their OC in the ref without clothing. You even nitpicked that his mother was cured of the cancer she had. While it wasn't specified what kind, there are forms of cancer that can be cured. Why is it so hard for you to do simple searches before spouting something and sounding like an idiot? You needlessly called the character edgy for the simple fact that he took drugs at a young age and was in a bad ring of friends, which is actually a common thing in a lot of areas. Hell, I grew up in an area where a lot of people smoked only weed, while others did heroin, crack, and meth. I don't know what area you grew up in or how often you've seen people doing drugs, but believe me when I say that kids and people in general doing drugs is a fairly common thing. And while it is edgy by the actual definition of the word, in the sense that it is unconventional, you use it as an attempt to be funny and you fail miserably. If you want to criticize a character while being funny, use other adjectives besides edgy and cringe. Using only those two words on repeat makes you look uneducated and childish. Admittedly, it is hard to find alternatives to those two words, but something tells me that you'll just use that as an excuse. You say in your video,
Firstly, whatever. Hypocrisy doesn't make you wrong. Secondly, how does Sav simply being friends with Pastel suddenly make her a hypocrite? Thirdly, thinking you bring up one clip for 5 points. And I don't know about you, but 1 out of 5 is a failing grade. And fourthly, and the final one, how exactly does Sav using edgy, even though you say it's used in the correct definition here, how is it suddenly negated via you saying that it's used in a comedic setting? If it's used in the correct way, then it's used in the correct way, no matter if it's used in comedy or not. And fifthly, and this is going to be the final thing, humor is subjective. What you might think is funny, other people might not think is funny. And what you might not think is funny, other people might think is funny. So yeah, final thoughts time. True, while these arguments weren't exactly entirely bad, I mean, heck, a lot of arguments were actually pretty good. But you know, these were most of your arguments. Thinking if these were most of your arguments, then I'm sorry to tell you, but in the end though, you kinda need to work on your arguments a bit. Also, get a better microphone. Or just try to speak up a bit more. Because your voice, true while it did sound clear, I could barely hear you throughout half the video because you sounded so monotone. Yes, even when you were angry, you sounded monotone. Which is odd, to say the least. But in the end, though, this is the Flames of Insanity. And as always, I will see you guys on the flip.